Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making for you a walnut date cake. This is my first time making it, so we're going to find out together what it tastes like. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what are the ingredients. And by the way, if this is your first time here, thank you for viewing, for choosing to view. And if this is not your first time, thanks for coming again. Please remember to like, share, hit the notification bell and hit the subscription bell. All right, I think that covers it. I'm going to flip it around and let you see the ingredients now. All right, excuse my kitchen, guys. It's in working mode. I try to get it off this thing here. All right, so I have a pot here of 1.5 whole fat cow's milk, grass-fed of course, and I have 25 dates, pitted dates soaking in there. The milk has to be heated, and then you let the dates soak for about an hour. We're going to be using some coconut oil, some flour. Now I'm going to grind the berries into flour, and these are Korasian berries. It's spelled K-H-O-R-A-S-A-N berries. And then I'm going to grind it to get 1 cup of flour. We're going to need some baking soda, some baking powder, and this is the dates that I bought. This is the bag of dates. I think I got this at Aldi. Yes, I got this at Aldi, and I was able to get 25 and plus dates from this bag. It was quite reasonable. We're going to need some walnuts, of course, and yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm going to warm my milk and allow my dates to soak for about an hour, and then I'll come back. But in the meantime, Daddy's sitting here with me. That's my company and my taster. I'm going to let him say hi to the world. What do you want to say to the world, Daddy?
Oh, I just want to say I'm happy to be here and be a part of the world, and to know that my daughter is doing something that it will be beneficial to the world.
To the world.
And let me tell you, today is her birthday, and I'm happy to know that she's putting it into action in this way.
That's
God
right.
bless you. In Jesus' name.
All right.
Bless you, bless you.
Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I chose this pan because I'm not sure how well this thing is gonna come out of the container. So I went ahead and I chose this pan. Who gave me some light? Did someone? Oh, it came on. Good. Let there be light. Yeah, so I chose this pan where it can lift out because, like I said, I'm baking this cake for the very first time. All right, so here's our date mixture that has been blended. Just gonna put it in the container here. It's still nice and warm, but I don't think that should be a problem because the recipe didn't say to cool or anything, so that should not be a problem, right, Daddy?
Correct.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. All right, so mixture is in here. So now I'm gonna add, recipe calls for 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Guys, excuse my finger, I got really burnt about a week ago and now it's dripping. Yeah, so that's gonna be about 8 tablespoons of oil. So I'm using coconut oil. I didn't get a chance to melt it, so let's add this 8 tablespoons, 2, 3, 4. That's probably the whole bottle. 5, 6. I'm just gonna put 6 because I'm sure I overloaded those other tablespoons. So 6 tablespoons. I mean, the recipe calls for 8 tablespoons of vegetable oil, but we don't use vegetable oil around here, so I'm using 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. All right. Now it calls for 1 cup of whole wheat flour. But like I said, this is freshly grown Korasian wheat berries. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, how the rise is going to be, but I know that this flour behaves like kamut, right? So if you're familiar with kamut, yeah, that's how it kind of sort of behaves. So it's similar to that. So I'm just stirring in gently. No, I'm not sure what happened here, but the mixture looks a little watery. So I'm gonna add, and it's real tricky when you're dealing with freshly ground flour, because then you let it sit for a minute and then it absorbs all the liquid. So I'm not gonna add any more flour. Just be aware that that freshly ground flour kind of plays that trick on you, right? So I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute and absorb all the flour. All right, recipe calls for 1 teaspoon, sorry, of baking soda. Should have put that in there before, but you have your method. I'm sure you use your method. You know, you have your dry and your wet ingredients separately. I just dump everything in there. Always seems to come out. Well, cake in particular always seem to come out right. Just make sure you don't over stir. And a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Yeah, just make sure you don't over stir any flour whatsoever. That will make it. Sorry about that. So now I'm gonna turn this over to my whisk. I'm still not happy with the consistency. It still looks a little watery, but I'm gonna trust this recipe and I'm not gonna add any more flour to it. So I'm just gonna grease my pan here just a little bit. All right, just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Reach in my coconut bottle and just wipe it all over just like so. That is to everything. This is like, you remember like back in the days when Mommy used to bake this big old pan and bake multiple cakes at a time. No recipe, no nothing.
Yes, you know.
Eyeball. All right, so pan nicely greased. Dada, can you heat the oven for me? I put it on 180, please. Thank you. All right, so everything ready. I try to clean up as I go, guys, so just bear with me. It kind of makes, you know, the anxiety a little less for some of us. All right, so gonna dump everything in this baking thing. I'm still not happy with the consistency. I still think it should be a little thicker, but we're gonna trust the recipe and see how it turns out. All right, 180. And like Daddy says, this is my birthday. One would find it strange I'm in the kitchen on a birthday, but for those of you who know me, you know that being in the kitchen is one of my favorite things. So, all right, so we're gonna bake this up. I hope everything is in there. Hope I didn't forget anything. On 180 for 50 minutes. John is packing out dishes, so we're sprinkling on the walnuts. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I still think it needs a little bit more walnut, but I'm gonna trust the recipe. I'm gonna follow the recipe, and then if it doesn't come out the way I want, then I'll twerk it. Right? Next time. So that's it, ready for the oven. Okay guys, so the cake is out of the oven and I have it on a rack cooling, but it's nighttime now. We passed time that I can taste this cake for you, but it's about the right size, about the size I anticipated. It didn't rise too much, but it's still nice and spongy. It's giving the texture of a fruit cake. All right. So and also as far as the temperature goes for the oven, it's 180 degrees Celsius and 350 degrees Fahrenheit for the temperature of the oven for 50 minutes. This is the results, looking really good, and it smells yummy. So first thing in the morning, I'll taste it and let you guys know what it tastes like. So hi guys, good morning. It's the next morning. I had my cake cooling all night and the smell in the house is just unbelievable. I thought it was going to be tough and dense, you know, because sometimes when you use these flours like kamut and so on, it makes the cake tough, but it's actually nice and soft. I put it in a small sheet pan tin so I could have like a sheet pan kind of brownie sort of shape to it, but excuse me, I think next time I'm going to put it in a cake tin, a round cake tin, one that I use for cheesecake, so it will be a little bit higher. But I'm going to taste now and we'll see what it tastes like. It smells very good. And some of the nuts. And another thing I would have done, but I forgot to do, was kind of press the nuts into the top of the batter, because you know they're kind of loose, they're kind of falling off. But as I was rushing, it was nighttime and I was rushing. But pressing it into the batter, as the batter rises, it kind of form like an adhesive to the nuts, so they would stay in. But not sweet at all. Here's another piece. Very soft, kind of spongy, not dense like pudding or anything like that, or toto, I would call it. It's giving fruit cake, the type of fruit cake that's light. This is definitely a keeper, you guys. If you do try this recipe, sorry for talking with food in my mouth, but if you do decide to try it, let me know. But this recipe is definitely a keeper. And how can I not address the world without saying something for Jesus? If you're watching this video and you haven't yet given your life to Christ, what are you waiting for? You have absolutely nothing to lose, right? Jesus owes us absolutely nothing, yet he wants to give us everything. He wants to give us life eternal. He wants to protect us as we are here on earth. And it's evident at this time that we're in the last lap before this world ends. What are you waiting for? Give your life to Christ. You don't have to try to clean your life up before you come to Christ. You come to Christ as you are. And if you've ever had a thought about it, it's him trying to reach out to you. Because of ourselves, we will not reach out to Christ. So if you've ever had a thought about going to church, about praying, about talking to someone, about giving your life to Christ, it's him. That still small voice. It's him trying to reach out to you. So take heed while you can before it's too late. And until the next video, guys, continue having a wonderful day and walk good. Bye.